And I'm done with these bullshit ass double XL ciphers and this stupid ass ABC. We're gonna get into something a bit more interesting. So wait, first off, let me play my music real low while I talk about this. Basically, I seen this video while I was preparing for stream today, and I was already gonna watch this video on stream today because I watched like the first 30 seconds and I was fucking crying laughing because this nigga's dead ass serious and the shit was just funny. But this video I was watching before stream and I got like like about this far into it, and I was like, you know, this dude got some good points and I feel like watching this video could create some good conversation. So without yapping a whole bunch, we're gonna watch that. Suicide Squad censors Harley Quinn and goes free to play. By the way, for those of y'all watching this live, that's what I'm gonna be playing on stream. I'm actually waiting for it to download. Oh yeah. No, god damn it. Basically, if you're watching this, cause I'm gonna upload this the same day I'm recording it. If you're watching this, Amazon Prime is giving out Suicide Squad. So if you have Amazon Prime, go ahead and claim that for free. And get to play Suicide Squad, the game in the year, a game in the year, not game of the year, a game in the year. Suicide Squad. And you know, go ahead and play it for free. I don't care because it's free. For PC, yes, it is free for PC. On all you gotta do is, if you have Amazon Prime, let me show you how I claimed it. You have Amazon Prime, go to Twitch.com. You go to what the fuck? Oh, that's why I put .com. My dumbass put .com instead of .tv. You go to Twitch.tv, right? One day it'll load. And it doesn't. TWITCH.tv.
Put that away.
Oh yeah. There you go. Cut this shit off. You go to Twitch.tv. You see this Prime Gaming benefits. You go here. What the fuck? What? It was just at the website. What is it doing? I already know how to get that game for free on my PC. Allegedly. Relax, bro. Relax, Cruther. Relax. But I'm just doing this for the purpose of the video. You go here to Twitch, Prime Gaming benefits. You hit claim. They're also, if you don't give a fuck about Suicide Squad, let's say you hate that game so much you don't even want it for free, you can also get Rise of the Tomb Raider, an actually good game, and this bullshit called Chivalry 2. So if I had to say out of any of these three games, at least claim Tomb Raider, because Tomb Raider is a good game. You know, it's free. You could put it right in your backlog and you got something cool to play. But what I'm here to talk about is this video. Suicide Squad. First, I'm going to watch Suicide Squad goes free to play and who killed masculinity in video games. Also, by the way, if y'all have any submissions for videos y'all would like me to watch, you could either drop them in chat or preferably drop them in my Discord. For both the YouTube and the Twitch, y'all know links in Linktree, blah 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 blah.
WB, sweet baby, give me my motherfucking money back. Free to play? I'm finna.
And this title is low-key disingenuous because the game's not free to play. It's just free to claim for Amazon Prime Day. So he low-key clickbaited us, but y'all watching this through me, so
ruin your day.
I don't got Amazon Plus and new Tomb Raider. I want to play it so bad. Amazon Plus? What? I said Amazon Prime. What the fuck is Amazon Plus?
Ladies,
does this video have lit captions?
As the majority of you may know by now, I bought Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, the deluxe edition, when it first dropped. I pre-ordered the game and waited for it to release. Which
I'm not gonna lie. This experience, I hope this experience of this legitimately traumatizes this nigga in a good way. Oh, I don't got that either. All right, but just download EGS. EGS, they give away free games every week, and I got all the Tomb Raider games through EGS, and I got all 3 of the BioShock games for free through EGS and through PlayStation Plus. I'll be eating with these free game services. But when I say I hope this experience traumatized him, I mean it in a positive way. I hope this positively traumatized him to realize that pre-ordering games is not a good idea unless like you're pretty sure. Like for example, if you pre-order Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, you know what the fuck you're getting into. If you pre-order the next Gears of War, Let me turn my AC on. You know what the fuck you're getting into, right? But pre-ordering an unproven game from an unproven IP, even if it is Rocksteady, isn't a good idea. Number one. Number two, if you're gonna pre-order a game, you should really, really, really watch every piece of pre-release media you can get your hands on. Because if you pre-order that game, and for example, like Suicide Squad, it comes out and it's dog shit, guess who just wasted $80? Because games are $70 now. So guess who just wasted $80 on a shitty ass game that now you gotta cope with, and you gotta either have this game that you don't want to fucking play, that you don't give a fuck about in your library of games, or you just gotta play the game at a sunken cost fallacy, like realizations and shit like that. Like, please, y'all, please, I discourage heavily from pre-ordering games, because like I said, it's a very, very high margin and a very high probability that shit could come out, be trash, and you're gonna be sitting here punching air at every piece of bad news you hear. Because the pre-release media for this game didn't look good, because I knew it was a looter shooter, and I was like, hell nah.
Torturous slop together. But I guess I should have read the fine print, because in the terms and conditions upon ordering the game, I didn't see that only...
Especially, that's another thing. Especially if you pre-order digitally. The worst thing you can do, in my opinion, is pre-order a game digitally. Because if your account gets hacked, banned, deleted, you might as well have not brought the game, because now you no longer have it. If you have the disc, you could at least reinstall and reclaim the game on your account. But if you only got the digital version, bruh, GG's, my nigga. You forget your password because it's been a couple months and they make you relog back in, GG's, my nigga. Buy games physically.
Would get the
and I'd say only pre-order games physically if it comes with, if like you're getting a collector's edition, because it's been times like, for example, Rise of the Ronin. I brought this shit after the game was out for a month, didn't pre-order this game, none of that. Still got, well, I don't give a fuck if y'all see the back, I already claimed it. Still got the pre-order version. So, especially if you order from sites like Amazon, GameStop, you're gonna get the pre-order version any fucking ways. Cause ain't nobody pre-ordering games. They have common sense.
Order bonuses. So there went like $100 and whatever of my money to not get what I
feel so bad for him though.
Never
like
seen
you said, he's not getting what he paid for at all.
And just like literally,
I've seen it a lot of times. That's why I say don't pre-order games.
With people too. And not in a single one of any other game that I have ever played have I been hoed out of additional content the way I have been with Suicide Squad. Sorry.
Well, to be fair, and this is again why I say fuck all looter shooters, because I can only name one looter shooter that's ever been decent, and that's Boring Lands. And even Boring Lands, I have my glaring issues and problems with. If Boring Lands is the best in your genre of all time, you got a real fucking problem. Anytime I see a game is a looter shooter, I immediately say, get that shit out my face. Because shit like this.
My money. And then I heard the news. I was watching a channel that I'd recently discovered. This one dope content creating lady that goes by the name Vera Dark. And I'm not trying to do no gymnastics on it. I mean it when I say that her content is really entertaining and it's full of nothing but facts. And I feel inclined to say that we, as a collective, should get that lady
to watch this at 1.5.
In this video, she stated as such.
Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League is one of the worst video games to release in 2024, and honestly, of all time. It was buggy and broken, the story was terrible, character designs were awful, and it overall was just a very disappointing game, especially no-
I feel like she's overselling it a little bit. I will admit, it was one of the worst games to drop in 2024. But it's like, damn, you're dragging a little bit, just a tiny bit, tiny bit.
Prime Day, you get free games, and one of them is Kill the Justice League, and it seems that this is just a desperate attempt to get their player numbers up.
Yeah, because just in case y'all don't know, yeah, shout out to the Black Hokage. Yes, Steam DB. So, for those of y'all who are not in the know, because there's a lot of people who don't know shit about games and gaming, basically SteamDB, this shows that at any given time, how many people have been playing a certain specific game. Now, I don't know if a lot of you are experts on games, But for 300 people, this is across the world. 300 people across the world, the planet Earth. So this includes Africa, Australia, if there's any niggas in Antarctica, all of Europe, all of Asia, all of America, everybody, everywhere, across the world. What's up, Lukey? Everybody across the world. It's only 300 people playing this on Earth. That's type sad. That's type sad, but let's go back to this game. It's flop of a game.
Down atrocious.
And likes, thank you, my brother. Thank you for the support.
In a previous video of my own, that this is the route that they would take once they got desperate for more players to hop on the game and throw a couple more pennies.
Which is something I've heard a lot of people say.
Getting fired and to rescue their company from getting the studio shut down. So let's time travel real quick, why don't we? All the way back to this, I missed the.
I remember you, bro.
Let me drop a goddamn demigod prediction on you. Number one. They're gonna drop a DLC where the Justice League, in fact, were just clones. Maybe once per season, they bring back one member of the Justice League to help fight off the Brainiacs. Either that, or they'll revive the Flash and he goes back in time to warn the League about the bullshit, making them prepared for the attack. Also making it so that the Justice League never died in the first place. Prediction number two is that the game goes free to play, and they make all their money from the cosmetic sales and the Battle Pass.
Which I feel like at this point they should just fucking do that. But like if this game was free to play, niggas would give it a lot more of a chance, because even with my even with like when I was talking to people about Concord, like in TikTok comments, which expect me to say some dumb shit, but people were arguing that Concord would have been a way better game if it was going to be free. And I was watching TikTok about it where somebody was mentioning that free-to-play games have fried a lot of people's opinions on games and gaming in general. And I pretty much agree with that. If Suicide Squad was a free game, I would have been played it. In which even now, like I said, after I finish yapping on stream, I'm gonna definitely play it. But Suicide Squad, if it was free, a lot more people would give it a chance, and I kind of agree.
Prediction number three, which is the most likely.
I want to see if it's as ass that everybody said.
Saying some shit like this. We thank you all.
Oh yeah, this is gonna happen. This is definitely gonna happen.
Justice League. What fucking support? It has been an amazing journey within Metropolis with all of you. Nobody's here, nigga. With great disappointment.
This part right here made me say, okay, I give it to this nigga. He's funny. That's what made me like and subscribe.
Faction, we must announce the end.
This is what made me say, let me watch this shit on stream.
Thank you for staying loyal and supporting Rocksteady thus far. Here's to many more failing live service games. Stay tuned for our next title, The Flash, where we make you pay microtransactions to go faster. Go fuck yourself. And the craziest thing about my predictions is that it has recently been leaked that the first theory that I made is actually about to happen after they drop Mrs. Freeze.
This is still disingenuous.
I still can't believe that that's the direction they chose to plummet this game into.
By the way, for a lot of people, sometimes I watch media and stuff like that, and I remember that I'm deeply entrenched in this shit. Because, like, if you know the story of Mrs. Freeze, like, a lot of people think that because they're fucking stupid and they've never read the comics, well, because they're stupid or they've never read the comics and they don't know how to fucking Google, Mrs. Freeze is a long-established character. It's not a gender-bent version of Mr. Freeze. For those of you who've never read a Batman comic about Mr. Freeze, basically, Mr. Freeze became a villain because his wife caught some super rare disease that there was no cure for, and he spent all his money trying to cure his wife, you know, as one does, and it got to the point to where he like cryogenically froze her, and it was costing so much he needed more money to continue what he was doing, so he took some of his cryogenic technology, repurposed it to rob banks. There's a comic where in an alternate timeline, instead of Mr. Freeze cryogenically freezing his wife, it's the other way around, and she becomes the villain like trying to save her husband and whatnot. So no, they did not make this up for the game. A lot of you motherfuckers never read a comic and don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and every time I see people talk about this, they fail to mention that because, like I said, a lot of them don't use Google and they don't read no comics, so they don't know what the fuck they talk about. They just spittling off at the ass. Don't do no research.
Right now about this leak is alleged. I'm just repeating what I've been reading in online forums and Reddit.
Which I appreciate that, because there's a lot of people who would have said the shit like it was fact. So give that boy his flowers.
As we speak, and I feel like the third theory with the apology post is absolutely inevitable. Rocksteady is so desperately searching for the needle in the haystack of players who actually want to.
I'm not gonna lie. I showed y'all a little while ago. There's 300 people online playing this game. Let it go, bruh. Let it go. For those of you who aren't familiar with games and like gaming, for a company like Rocksteady that made Arkham Batman, the Arkham Batman games, 300 people across the world, the planet Earth, playing your games, especially when you have DC characters like the Suicide Squad in it. Let it go, bro. You're not gonna make money on this game. Let it go.
Much to the point where
Let it go.
literally just giving.
They literally did everything they could besides make a good game to make sure this game succeeds, and it's still fucking up and failing. Let it go, bro. Because at this point, going free to play still ain't gonna save you. Let it the fuck go.
Away for free now through Amazon Prime subscriptions for Prime Day. Motherfucker, if you don't get me back on my cheddar right now. I truly believe that this is the last time we are gonna get any effort from Rocksteady and WB to push this game. And for their sake,
as soon as they dropped the Joker for the game and nobody cared or wanted to play as one of the most iconic DC villains, they should have knew to pack it up, bro. If putting Joker in your game doesn't get people excited, hang it up, gang. Hang it up, gang. I'm not gonna lie.
fuck out of here!
I'm not gonna lie, gang. You fucking suck. It sucks.
It better be. This
Putting Joker in your game didn't save your game? Yeah, let it go, bro.
slash billionaire.
Let it go. You ain't never gonna succeed. Let it go.
With business tactics and shady companies that your consumers already loudly voice their distaste for, such as live service games and Sweet Baby Inc. And speak.
I have a problem with that because people villainize Sweet Baby and make them seem way worse than they really are. Don't nobody give a fuck about, in a positive way, don't nobody give a fuck about Sweet Baby. There's nobody, this is one of those things where niggas on the internet get shit misconstrued by, people, by, the vocal minority. I was looking for the term. The vocal minority does not like Sweet Baby Inc. If I go ask my friends right now if Sweet Baby Inc. was to consult for 2K in its story or not, would they give a fuck? I promise you the answer would be no. And I promise you the answer from me would still be no. I don't give a fuck. Mostly because I play 2K, but my 2K playing ass friends, my Dragon Ball Sparking, I bet you if Sweet Baby helped with Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, them niggas would still play it. So Sweet Baby working on a game has nothing to do with the quality of the game. Nigga, if Sweet Baby consulted for Elden Ring, these niggas would still be playing Shadow of the Earth Tree. The fuck are we talking about? Don't nobody give a fuck about whether Sweet Baby fucking
is so
consulted or not.
That to try get people to play this game again, or for the most part, try to get people to play this game for the first time, they literally added the one skin
yeah, I was about to say.
actually has Sweet Baby removed from the Arkham series, in which Harley Quinn openly explained her disgust with this outfit in the
chopper down here. I want more. I thought this was a clip.
But these hypocrites, these desperate, money-hungry booty lickers, went back on their word and added it to the damn game. There's nothing wrong with eating booty, by the way. I mean, as long as you love her. But they censored the goddamn hell out of the outfit, too.
I don't know, man. This shit kind of looks ass. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Guess they didn't want to fully commit to the bag this time. Did you think that this meant that you're still holding on to a shred of dignity? No, nigga. This makes you look even more desperate. This just screams to me, we didn't want to do this, but I feel like we have to. Think about it like this. This move was very counterintuitive. They added a suit that they think is over-sexualized, but then added it to their game and covered it up. So in their mind, the reason why people liked looking at Harley like this in the first place was because she was showing off the cleavage, right? So what makes them think that if they cover it up, we're going to want to buy this? What sense does that make?
I'm not gonna lie, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. That's like if they went back into Stellar Blade and made the character they took the big bootiness off the character. They took out the naked costume, all that, and they just made her wear a nun costume the whole time. Unironically. It would be funny concept wise, but players of Stellar Blade, they'd be like, get this shit out of here. No, we're not playing this game anymore.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Sweet Baby Inc. only shares one brain cell between all of them. They really
that I don't agree with. I don't agree with the Sweet Baby disses. I feel like you're part of a very vocal minority. I don't know what the fuck got your panties in a twist with Sweet Baby Inc. But a lot of people who hate on Sweet Baby Inc., which I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt when I say this first one that it doesn't apply to you. You know, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But I think most of the people that dislike Sweet Baby Inc. are either fucking racist or they don't understand what Sweet Baby Inc. does. And for you, I feel like you don't understand what they do.
Trying to pull a Sony Stellar Blade with this outfit. Again,
because at the end of the day, Sweet Baby Inc. is a consulting company. So Sweet Baby Inc. can tell you to do something and you could stand on your principles and be like, nah, we not taking that shit out the game and we not removing the cleavage. They just give suggestions. So if they took it out the game, that's still on them. If they modified it, that's still on them. Like a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people think that Sweet Baby Inc., like people make a game and then Sweet Baby Inc. says, all right, let's open up all the files where this game folder is. Okay, let's delete this part. Let's delete this cutscene. Let's delete that costume. No, Sweet Baby Inc., they come in and say, I would think, and you say, that makes sense, I'll do it, or no, I don't vibe with that, gang. I'm not doing it.
That's allegedly made for mature audiences, but yet you censor the titties that most men and women see on a daily basis. Y'all have got your priorities all the way messed up.
Like I said, the point he's making, I think it's a fair point. I just think the Dragon Sweet Baby Inc. part is a little bit OD.
As soon as you send out your apology letter, bitch ass coleros, let's be some interest in there for all this free publicity. One thing that has severely pissed me off about them making this game free to play after only being out since February of 2024, quick reminder, it's July, bitch, would be the fact that y'all just to the world.
That's a fact. This game came out this year and it's already being given away for free. Because like I remember with PlayStation Plus, they used to, one of the things that used to make people hate PlayStation Plus's free games is they'll give away games that are like 2 and 3 years old and people be like, this game is either $5 or I done already brought it. So what the fuck, PlayStation? And that's still like the trend with like PlayStation and Xbox when they were still giving out free games, and even with Epic. Epic, don't get me wrong, they be giving out some bangers, but they're not giving out games in 2024. Besides this one, this is the first game I've seen where they giving away a game for free that's been released in the same year. But then again, it's probably like 16 niggas playing this game on Epic because most PC gamers play on Steam, so.
The only way you can get people to play this game now, you know, because it's that bad, is if you give it away for free. And even then, people don't want to play it.
Let's see if it's bad.
Release date of your postponed Season 2 DLC, and y'all don't even have 15% of your total
Yep, man, that's what it went up a little bit. Oh, whoa, to about 300, but he's very right, man. He's very right.
Active players.
And by the way, for a game with a DC property, an all-time peak of 13,000 is still fucking crazy. You should have at least 100,000 for your all-time peak for a Suicide Squad game. Okay? For an online multiplayer co-op Suicide Squad game, your highest peak should be higher than 13,000, bro.
Continuing into a Season 2, let me refer back to Vera, showing a clip of what happened while she was scrolling through the comments of that post.
I said I would play it if they paid me. This is halfway there.
Halfway there.
Halfway there.
I paid y'all money to play this garbage. And then there's others out there that need to get paid to play it. We are not the same. But in this case, I actually wish that I was in your shoes, though.
Damn, makes you sound like a damn fool.
Going towards me moving house. And if you want to help me with that, by the way, just click the Help a Brother Out feature in my description. I'll be able
help him out, I guess.
Full time that way, so I'm gonna be making more content and more videos of your boy tearing down companies that deserve it for you. We use cancel culture properly over here.
Besides Sweet Baby. Sweet Baby don't deserve it.
Now, I don't think Rocksteady should go away, alright? Despite all of what happened with Suicide Squad. It is 100% one of their grandest screw-ups, but their biggest fuck-up was partnering with Sweet Baby. And
no, it isn't.
Who else is gonna make—
No, it isn't. Their biggest fuck-up was making a game that wasn't fun. When it comes to games, most people don't even know the company that makes their favorite games. Like, most people don't even know that Rare made Banjo-Kazooie and Battletoads, right? Most people don't give a fuck about the companies that make their games. Like, most people think that WB made Multiverses. They did not. They own Multiverses. They did not make it. Player First Games made Multiverses. So niggas don't care about the companies you partner with. If your game is good, niggas don't care. They don't give a fuck who you did and didn't work with. Y'all could work with goddamn neo-Nazis to make a game. If the game is fun, trust me, there's gonna be some excuses.
Take my Red Hood game. Square Enix? Nah, we've been here before. Everybody is saying that Sefton Hill was at fault for the.
By the way, Avengers, if Avengers wasn't a looter shooter, I stand on what the fuck I say. If Avengers wasn't a looter shooter, it would have been a 7 out of 10. Looter action adventure, because technically there's really no shooting besides like Black Widow.
Of Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. But guess what? Sweet Baby is known to bully, extort, and force these companies into doing their bidding.
No, they're not. You're wilding the fuck out with this. This is literal slander. Like, I'm QaptainSlander, so I should know, bro. This is literally slander.
Or they're gonna play boy who cried wolf with their companies and spread misinformation and lies. I think they could have possibly used Sefton Hill as their damage control boy. The fall guy, no Ryan Gosling. It just doesn't make sense to me why someone who's been here since Arkham Asylum would randomly just choose to make a game like this and mess up the entire continuity. But that
money. I know, it seems crazy, but hear me out. Money. Let me explain it like this. And this is what I started saying the problem has become in like the last year or so of gaming. Everybody wants a fucking Fortnite. Here's the thing. None of you niggas is Fortnite. All of y'all want to make a live service game that generates infinite money. The reason why 2K generates infinite money despite being a shitty game for like the last 5 years is because they have no competition. 2K makes money because they have no competition. Fortnite makes money because it's a good game and the shit you can buy in the game doesn't affect the game. PUBG makes money because they're the innovator. They're the first one to get popular doing it, and they're one of the best ones doing it in like non-American markets. Basically, how we play Fortnite in America is how they play PUBG in other parts of the world, like Southeast Asia, India, those type countries, stuff like that. What the fuck does your game do that's unique? A lot of people can't answer that. Oh, we're a looter shooter with DC characters. DC Online is still very active, and it's more fun, and you don't have to buy it, and you don't have to pay to play the game. You don't have to pay to have fun in the game. You don't have to pay to level up in the game. You don't even have to pay for any fucking cosmetics in that game. The amount of stuff that they let you do in DC Online, despite it being a still living 10-year-old game, is fucking nuts. I don't, like, quality-wise, I understand why people still play the game, but money-wise, I deadass don't know how the fuck they make money. I don't know if they sell it's been a very long time since I played it, but I don't know if they be selling expansions. I don't know what the hell they sell. But if you make a game that's good, it will last years. I may not be a fan of League of Legends. I may not be a fan of World of Warcraft, but I consider those good games because they've lasted decades. Dota, decades. Counter-Strike, decades. Fortnite, not necessarily decades, but it's on its way to lasting decades. Stop making live service games. They fucking suck. One of the best selling things this year is DLC to a new game. And I count less than 2 years a new game. Shadow of the motherfucking Erdtree. Now, I may not be an Elden Ring fan. Matter of fact, I'm the opposite of an Elden Ring fan. I fucking hate Elden Ring. I think it's a shitty game personally. But what I won't deny is the fact that everybody is buying, playing, and talking about this fucking game. What I won't deny is when Elden Ring came out and when Shadow of the Erdtree came out, there was a moment in gaming where people who would never ever touch Dark Souls played Elden Ring. That's what I'll admit, right? I will never take away credit from Elden Ring for what it has done, right? A lot of these live service games don't have nothing fun or unique about them.
A goddamn demigod theory. So henceforth, I will be blaming SBI and every twat that works in that building, and that's on God. So let me get a like, but most importantly, I need you to share this video and spread the word of demigod. Don't just assume somebody else is gonna share it for you.
Yeah, fuck with that video. I'm not gonna lie, for dragging Sweet Baby, I'm taking my fucking like back. Don't drag Sweet Baby like that, bruh. And I'm not even a Sweet Baby fanboy or nothing. It's just you being unfair. Now, here comes the funny part. I watched about 30 seconds of this video and I was like, ain't no fucking way a grown-ass man sat at their computer and made a video called Who Killed Masculinity in Video Games. I'm here to watch.
Does anybody else feel like masculinity has slowly been drained from modern video games?
Nope. The first thing I want to say before we get into video games is I always find it funny when people who are homophobic and like people who don't respect representation of different groups in public media always get mad and point to older media back at a time where if you were to say you were different from what was considered the normal, you would get heavily ostracized. Like, I love when I bring up the point to people who like are just straight up blatantly homophobic that gay niggas have always existed. There's examples of gay people in the Bible, biblical instructions before leaving earth. There's examples of people in the Bible who are gay. Now, how you interpret that, that's all up to you. My point is, gay niggas have always existed. Black people have always existed. Women have always existed. But for some reason, niggas love pointing to games or media from 10 years ago and saying, look at this media that has no representation for homosexuals, and pretending like gay niggas never existed past the year 2020 or some shit. Like, I always find that funny because it's like, bro, gay niggas have always existed. They just weren't on camera as much. And if they were played up like a fucking joke. Like, I believe it's the Dick Tracy show or something like that. I remember it's older shows of that era, like the black and white TV era, where gay characters were all over TV, but they were always there for a joke. The joke was supposed to be that they're gay. And I see shit like this and it's like, wow, y'all niggas is just stupid.
Staff photos of Ubisoft and Halo Infinite developers.
You should be more mad that Ubisoft keeps pumping out stinkers like shit and bones more than the fact that they have women all over the team. So we know this. So right off the rip, we know this nigga's homophobic, misogynistic. I'm just waiting for the ism trio: racism, sexism. I mean, wait, what? Fuck. Homophobia, ism, sexism, racism. Come on, complete the trio, Brody.
And it's all starting to make sense.
It's not.
A bunch of fat, white, liberal women.
Let's run that back.
James.
Let's run that back. He said it's a bunch of fat women. Now, I may not be the most unfit person, but tell me where you see a fat person. It is a bunch of women, yes. I think that as a good thing, but tell me where you see a fat woman. A fat woman, I mean.
Staff photos of Ubisoft and Halo.
None of them are fat. None of them are fat, bro. All these women look completely different, but none of them are fat. There's not a single. I'm looking through. None of these women are fat, bro.
A bunch of fat, white, liberal women. And white, liberal women have no interest.
That and another question. How the fuck you know they liberal from just a picture? Because you don't like liberals? You don't like liberals and you don't like women, they're automatically liberals? Nigga, what?
Masculine, manly, male characters. They wouldn't even know how to write.
What the fuck does I'm pretty sure. I'm not in the know because I don't be looking up the rosters to development teams. I just give a fuck if you drop a good game or not. But I'm pretty sure that there are at least several games. I'm pretty sure there's at least 3 games I've played where all or majority of the staff was women and the games were amazing. By the way, Halo Infinite wasn't bad because it was a dev team full of women. Halo Infinite was ass because the game fucking sucked. First off, it's a Halo game. Second off, it lacked content. Third off, they tried to charge niggas for everything.
One if they tried.
Progression system was also ass.
A company.
We're not gonna talk about how Grand Theft Auto games have a lot. Excuse me, not Grand Theft Auto. First off, that's not the whole dev team. Just off a glance, as big as the studio as Rockstar is, that's not the whole dev team. So number one, you're skewing the fucking lens. Number one. Number two, Rockstar games notoriously have a lot of racism, sexism, homophobia, all the other isms, ist, and obias.
Founded by men that at least in 2018 was still mostly run by men, created the magnum opus Red Dead Redemption 2.
That game is not a magnum opus, bruh. Nobody can stay awake during the first hour of that game. That shit's not a magnum opus.
A game with a manly, well-written main protagonist, Arthur Morgan. If you want to see the seismic shift away from masculine characters, honestly, all you need to do is play a few games from 2006, and you'll...
Now, I don't know about y'all. I was playing games in 2006. I was a little baby, but I've played games from 2006. You know, when I got a little bit older, like 10, 11, 12, 13. In 2006, all of the fucking characters were exactly the same dude bro ass characters. Literally, pull up any game from 2006 of this like fucking, of when that gray, everything is gray Xbox 360 genre was around. Like, pull up characters from Call of Duty, Spec Ops The Line, Gears of War. All them characters look the exact fucking same. So this is a horrible argument. This is also a time where the gaming community, I don't want to say as a whole, but the general vocal part of the gaming community was very racist, very homophobic, very exclusionary. This is the same genre. This is the same time period of Xbox where anytime something happens where, like, for example, when people was getting SA'd on VR chat, this is the era of gaming that people point back to. And do you know why that is? It's because there were some people online playing these games that were very isist, obic, and isms. So this is a horrible era to point to in gaming in terms of like representation.
Talking about. Consider how many...
And like I said, this goes back to the argument I said earlier. Every time you talk to people of this sexist ass mindset, racist ass mindset, they swear to God, they swear up and down to the heavens and the earths that minorities in previous years, them niggas didn't exist. Before 2000 exists, nobody on earth was gay. No man has ever sucked another man's dick before 2006. No black person, no person of melanation was born before 2006. I swear, bro. This shit be having me looking sideways like...
Many masculine military games came out in the 2000s. Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, Brothers in Arms, Gears of War, Operation Flashpoint, Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell. All of these games were starring men and had themes like brotherhood.
All except for Splinter Cell. I'll be fair. Except for Splinter Cell, please tell me the difference between all of these games. All of these are the exact same fucking game. You play military. These are all military mans. This one, you're technically a military man, but the focus was on like stealth and stuff like that. So I'll give you a pass for Splinter Cell in terms of like what's different. But you're playing Mr. Military Man. You go in and Blaze of Glory, shoot everything. You run in, Blaze of Glory, shoot everything. You run in, Blaze of Glory, shoot everything. Run in, Blaze of Glory, shoot everything. So on and so forth. All, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these franchises are exactly the fucking same. It's the same fucking game with a different coat of paint.
Almost all of these franchises have either been killed off, turned into
Rainbow Six Siege is...
multiplayer games, or went woke.
That's a terrible argument, because you use Call of Duty World at War, that was a multiplayer game. You use Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, that was a multiplayer game. You use Medal of Honor, that... was it? You know what? I don't remember if I'm thinking about Medal of Honor or SOCOM. But Rainbow Six, even back then, that was a multiplayer game. The structure of the game was of a multiplayer game, but you just couldn't go online. So what the fuck is this argument? And like I said, Call of Duty, even back then, had multiplayer elements in it. Ghost Recon, multiplayer elements. So what the fuck are you, what are we talking about here?
I often wonder why so few modern games appeal to me. And I think another big reason is this. Everything is just so gay now.
What? You can't make this shit up, gang.
Compare the games I just mentioned to the modern trash you have to deal with in Overwatch and Apex. Almost every character in these new games is either gay, lesbian,
This
bisexual.
nigga, every character, nigga. Hold up. He used Overwatch as an example, right? Actually, wait. Let me pull up a tag. I can more easily exit out. Gay. Wait, hold up. Let me not search this on stream. Gay Overwatch. Okay, I'm gonna pull up a list of all the LGBT characters and Overwatch. So boom, I pulled up a list. How many? How many? Yo, I can't spell. I can't spell. Fuck it. Google, correct me. Okay, how many characters? So keep in mind, Overwatch has 40 playable characters. Let's see how many of them are LGBTQAI plus. Tracer, that's 1. Soldier 76 is gay. The fuck? That's 2. Lifeweaver, pansexual, that's 3. Baptiste, bisexual, that's 4. What's good, Nate? What's good, Opium? Farah, that's 5. Venture, that's 6. 6 out of 40 characters. 6 of 40 as a EER. Yep, there we go, as a percent. So 15%. This man just said, we did the math right here. I'm a evidence-based guy. Out of 40 characters, 6 of them are gay. That's 15%. 15% of the and not even all of them are gay. Because if we go with just characters that are straight up gay, and Venture shouldn't even count because she's non-binary. But let's go with LGBTQ AI plus because we know this nigga follows all the is and ism. You didn't do any math. You just type things into your computer. Man, fuck you. My point is, we have the mathematical answer. Technically, you are right. I didn't do any math, but we have the number. We have the data. My point is that I'm over here number crunching. We're figuring out what's the data, what's the percentage. So really, Farah, straight up gay, bisexual. It's not gay. Even though they do gay shit, that's not gay. Pansexual. Even though they do gay shit, that's not gay. Soldier 76, straight up gay. Tracer, straight up gay. So out of characters that are straight up gay, that's 3. Bi is half gay. Yeah, but if we're going by the definition, I get what you're saying. That's why I said, technically, yeah, they do gay shit, but by definition, they are not homosexual. Homosexual means that you specifically like to engage in intercourse with people of the same gender. That's what homosexual is, right? As in ex-bi person, bi people are just gay in disguise. See, that's a whole different conversation. I'm a heterosexual, so I'm not gonna speak too much on what is and isn't gay. So if we're talking about characters in Overwatch that are straight up 100% confirmed canonically gay, that is 3 out of 40%. 3 out of 40%. That is 3 out of the 40 currently available characters. That is 7.5% of the characters. So how the fuck is all of Overwatch gay if best case scenario, 15% of the characters are gay. Worst case scenario, 7.5% of the characters. 8 more days until your birthday. 8 more days until you turn 9. Let's go. Woo! Woo! 8 more days until you turn 9. Nah, I'm playing. Happy birthday in advance. But worst case scenario, 7.5% of the characters is gay. You nowhere near can get benefit of the doubt of everybody in Overwatch is gay if it's 6 characters out of 40. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? I'm not turning 9. Yes, you are, bro.
Sexual, trans, or something else. Like,
there are no transgender characters in Overwatch.
What happened to a masculine dude with a hot chick on?
This game, for the time, it was comedy. But if you go back and play Duke Nukem now, that game has all the ists. What the fuck? Did they cut my stream off? What the hell? Why is my stream not streaming? The fuck happened just now? The fuck happened? Why is my TikTok, what are you doing? Okay. So TikTok basically ended my stream. I guess I said too much. I was too real. Let me go check out my account. Make sure my account is unbanned. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Oh no, I clicked the wrong one. God damn it. You know what? When I do these reactions, I'm gonna do them exclusively on Twitch, cause I see that they gonna try and ban me and shit like that. All right, bro. Region violation. View more. I'm gonna appeal it and see what happens. But if I do appeal it and it gets blocked, new strike added to my account. All right. That's why I also co-stream on Twitch, because that platform is too fucking scary. Anyways, let me close up TikTok chat. Let me open up Twitch, make sure that's doing fine. Might as well switch over. Required tab. What? That's really a thing now? X users man, that kind of sucks. Can't be live on Twitch anymore. I mean TikTok anymore. Okay, so I might as well just co-stream the Twitch, like, straight up. Anyways, like I was saying, if you look back in that era of gaming, Duke Nukem era, a lot of the stuff in that era of gaming, and this game in particular, is very, very problematic. Cause like when I look at stuff as a joke, I take it as a joke, right? I understand a lot of the stuff in this game was supposed to be comedy and satire, but a lot of it just doesn't age well, because a lot of it, the idea of the joke is supposed to be, everybody, he's gay, now laugh, ha ha! Like, that's not funny. Like, just calling somebody gay is not funny.
On his arm. I love the idea of Xbox Game Pass, but I swear every time I open it up and look for new games, there's just so many games that look gay now.
What?
Refuse to play another cutesy 2D platformer or a game with a cutesy art style by some indie developer anymore. I'm just done with these games. If you want my 100% real thoughts on this, I just think the entire video game industry has gone woke and gay.
What the fuck does this have to do with the quality of the game? How does the developers of the game being considerate to homosexual people, how is that a bad thing? What the fuck? Like, yo, bro.
And almost nothing they are making appeals to me in any way anymore. So this is why I mostly play 20-year-old games on my channel, because they were just better. I was recently...
No, they weren't. Let me see what games he be playing on his channel. Let me see. All right. He's calling Assassin's Creed woke. Let me see. Yeah. What the fuck games do you play? Cause, okay, you said Ghost Recon. That's cause like what I'm looking for is what games are you playing on your page? Number one. Number two, where are you talking about anything positive? Cause like this isn't necessarily a bad video, but I haven't watched it. This isn't bad. Negative video. Oh wait, no, positive video. Okay, that's one positive video. Negative video. What went wrong? Negative video. What went wrong? Why people don't play this? Negative video. It was too good. Okay, positive video. That's like 3 negative videos in front. Negative video. Why did games become so soft? The genius of Fallout. Positive video. Boring. Negative video. Negative video. Negative video. Negative video. Negative video. Underrated games. Positive video. Why did nobody play it? Negative video. Woke. Negative video. Who killed masculinity? Negative video. What the fuck are you playing on your channel? So let's see if this man has a Twitch. Oh, you just have a Twitter. So you don't even have a Twitch. You don't even have a Twitch. What the fuck games are you playing on this channel? You don't have a live tab. So you're not going live on this channel. What the fuck are you playing on this channel positively?
Player games.
Let's go back to the video.
Woke.
Damn, I didn't think of that. I should have downloaded the fucking video so he doesn't get the views.
Often
I'm already here.
So few modern games appeal to me. And I think another big reason is this. Everything is just so... And who are gamers? Overwhelmingly. And the most...
Oh, man. He's about to get into some wrong-ass demographic
There's just
information.
So many games that look gay now. I refuse to play another cutesy 2D platformer or a game or video game anyway anymore. So this is why I mostly play 20-year-old games on my channel. Because they were just...
You don't play games on your channel, you fucking liar.
I was reading an insider interview about what went down at Volition Studios with the disastrous Saints Row reboot from an...
They made a game that fucking sucked. That's what happened. The game fucking sucked.
Inside source.
It didn't work.
This source said that the LGBTQ community within the company was actually pretty small, but they are the loudest and the most annoying, and the company leadership chose to promote these people into key roles.
Oh, wait, actually... It's on edit settings. What was I gonna do? Oh, just chatting. That's where I was gonna go. Just CHAT. Hey. Boom. My second. My fault. Give me a second. R. Games. And put quotes around it. A. Why didn't I switch to just chatting? No, not the whole word. God damn it, CHAT. What the fuck? Why is just chatting not popping up? JUST. Probably is not accepting the fucking spelling. Yeah, it's right there. Why is it not accepting the spelling? I did spell it right. 2 T's. Also, let me go see if TikTok removed that fucking dumbass strike off my shit. I'm hitting save. It's probably not saving because we're gay. I can't use emojis. Oh, there we go. This is for appeal not approved. All right. Your live access will not be restored. What? Oh, till July 23rd. I don't agree. I hope to have better ways of, yeah. No. Well, yep, my appeal is not approved. I'm gonna start focusing more on Twitch. It's TikTok. They be banning people for dumb shit. Anyway, back to this video.
And that's how you get the absolute dumpster fire of a game that was Saints Row 2022. I think what you have at a lot of these game studios is about 80% of the staff is probably just hetero dudes trying to do their job, but they're afraid of speaking up or saying what they actually think. And then you have the LGBTQ folks making decisions about what kind of game to make. And everything just ends up being safe and soft and sensitive because,
I'm not gonna lie, the story of this game wasn't the worst I've ever seen in the world. It was a very middle of the road story, but like, in my opinion, all the Saints Row games, 1, 2, and, well, actually I never played 1, but 2, 3, and 4, they all had middle of the road stories. The story for 4 sucked, but that game was still liked. Why? Because the gameplay was cool. Now, as a Saints Row game, it kind of sucked, but as a game in general, it wasn't half bad. It was actually pretty freaking fun. It just didn't fit within the Saints Row aesthetic. Agents of Mayhem, on the other hand, was Saints Row 4, but if it sucked, that's why nobody wanted to play that game. This game just straight up, when the game does work, it just straight up fucking sucks. The story is par for the course of a Saints Row story. The gameplay is very repetitive, and the game just doesn't work. Even on console, it just doesn't work. That's why people didn't buy or play this game, because it sucked.
So, of course, you get these shitty dumpster fire video games that nobody wants to play. After reading a lot of insider interviews at these developers, this is my sense of what has been happening. I also feel like there's this kind of unholy alliance right now between games journalists, white liberal women.
Gets dragged by who? Because just because you're getting dragged on the internet, that don't mean that you're getting dragged for a fair reason. Because there's a whole bunch of scenarios where people get unfairly dragged.
Women at game studios and the LGBTQ community at game studios. And they all seem to be united around one thing. They actually hate gamers. And who are gamers? Overwhelmingly, well, heterosexual dudes like us.
I don't count because I'm black, even though there's black people in this picture, you know. I have one black friend, but he's one of the good ones, head ass. But as a heterosexual man, I have never seen a gay character in a video game and got offended. Can't name one time I have. I've never seen a gay character in a video game and said I'm not playing this shit because there's a gay character in it. You suffer from isms and obias, sir.
Of course. This recent Reddit thread was written by an actual game developer and made me realize this. It reads, headline,
"Am I allowed to say this? I kinda hate gamers. I'm a professional game designer and I'm worried that I'm starting to hate gamers. Watching the gaming events on YouTube last month with the chat on was extremely disheartening experience. Every time a character that..."
Well, I mean, before you say that, I feel like you have to specify what game you worked on. MC, insert, whatever. I need to know what game you worked on, because maybe you might just have a game that, like I said, I don't like Saints Row because it sucked. Like Saints Row 2022, I don't like that game because it sucked. It has nothing to do with, I don't even know if there's any gay characters in the game. Because if you want to be technical, fucking Saints Row 3, you can make the main character gay and fall into a romance with Shondi. But you know, whatever.
A cishet white man appeared on screen, the chats would fill with messages calling the game woke or complaining about DEI. Every game that wasn't a shooter or a hyper-casual competitive online game garnered zzz and boring comments. I've seen people...
Like I said, I need to know what the fuck game...
trailers is
what the fuck game did you develop? Because your game might have just been ass.
Random level designer working at Playground whom they deemed...
That, and also, you can't go off the opinions of a live chat. Because, like, it's so many people with so many thought processes and thought patterns in there typing at once. Not everybody in there is mature and able to express themselves properly. And even if they were, them chats be moving 1,000 miles a minute. Like one thing I never understood is, like, when people watch streams of streamers like Pokemon or Kai Cenat or something like that, like people who's getting like 30,000 plus people a stream, as fast as the chat be moving a mile a second, they're not reading your message if you type anything more than like 3 words. If your message is longer than 3 words, they're not reading your shit. Because even the fastest of readers can't read chats that fucking fast. So your brain is instantly going to latch on to the short comments. That's why you said all you saw was a chat saying woke and ZZZ. You didn't see the sentences of people saying, I love this game. This game is so cool. I can't wait for this to release. All you saw was the ZZZs.
I don't know. It's just the internet magnifying negative voices, I guess, doing what it does best. But it's making me real tired of gamers.
So at this point,
And he skipped the whole middle section
journalists
and
and
cut
all
off like half of the
LGBT mafia that work at game studios actually hate
mafia.
And this is a comment I keep reading from you guys again and again. I swear they
again. I can tell right now, and I'm only making this video once. Like for the rest of time, I'll watch these shits off stream. Like videos like this in particular, I'll watch them off stream, download them or whatever. But I'm just watching this for one time to show y'all like how stupid these types of arguments be. Because it's like the type of videos you make, you've created an echo chamber where, and this is just for in life in general, never put yourself in an echo chamber because echo chambers discourages individualized thought. What does that mean? That means once you put yourself in an echo chamber, all you're gonna hear is the same shit over and over and over and over. So all day, if all day, all I'm hearing is DEI is bad, gay is bad, black is bad, gay is bad, DEI is bad, black is bad. If the game don't have a gun or a ball, it's bad. If that's all I'm hearing all day and all I believe, and I don't understand what it is to have my thought process challenged, then hell yeah, this is what I'm gonna think. Because I'm never having my thoughts challenged. I'm never looking outside of myself. I'm never looking at things from a different viewpoint. But you know,
literally hate us. They seem to be dead set on giving their audience exactly what we don't want. How long is your business?
Again, who the fuck is we? Because Overwatch came out in 2016 and was literally game of the year. And that had several gay characters and feminine men characters that you claim are the devil that no gamers want to play. But you know, I mean, if I didn't know any better, I would think that people play games that are good. Like I've never went to a video game and said I'm playing this game because it aligns with my political stance. Like, nigga, what?
It's going to be open if you're dead set on not giving the customer what they want. This is why when skanks like Alyssa Mercante are crying about Kotaku shutting down and losing their jobs, and game studios are going under.
Wait,
because
nigga, did Kotaku hit down? Hold on, let me look that up. If my browser will load, like, goddamn. What the fuck did Kotaku shut down? What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is he talking about? Let me see. Apex Legend piles up 10,000. Yeah, this is recent stuff. Summer 2024. The new DC Discord was over. That's fucking funny. But look, this is all EA 25 college football that came out like a week ago or something like that. It's one of 2024's biggest game. Yeah, that game came out like this week. This shit is still open, alive, and posting articles. When the fuck did they shut down? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Who shut down Kotaku?
They were associated with Sweet Baby Inc. I just laugh. Let them burn.
Let me make sure I heard that right.
How long is your business going to be open if you're dead set on not giving the customer what they want? This is why when skanks like Alyssa Mercante are crying about Kotaku shutting down and losing their jobs, and game studios are going under because they were associated with Sweet Baby Inc., I just laugh.
Kotaku isn't shut down. What the fuck are you talking about, game?
Let them burn. Let all these companies burn who don't know how to give the audience. The wonderful irony in all this is that it's the very games that the woke cancel mob has tried to cancel that seem to do the best.
See, this is what I mean. So for those of you who aren't like, who never went to a debate class or don't understand the art of debate, let me pull up the definition. Let me pull up the definition and read it and then give you like a working example being this to show you. Ingenuous argument. There we go. All right. Oh wait, disingenuous argument. I forgot to type definition. My old dumbass. You know, maybe if I was more masculine, I would now. I would have realized that. All right. What the fuck? No. Bitch, that's not what I typed. Disingen, Gin, I fucked that up somewhere along the line, but we're gonna roll with it. Yeah, disingenuous argument definition. Fuck. Can I get a definition? Can I get a definition? Can I get a definition? All right, not gonna get a definition. So I'll define it for you. Basically, a disingenuous argument is when you cherry pick data to prove a point that's not true or doesn't make sense based on cherry picked information, basically. So for this example, he said the games that they try to cancel the most are games that they try to cancel. This is a disingenuous argument because Overwatch did amazing while it was out. Even when it died down over the years, Overwatch still did amazing. That game had plenty of gay characters. Nobody tried to cancel that game. That game did amazing. But on the other hand, Hogwarts Legacy, this game, they did try to cancel. There was a lot of people on the internet trying to cancel this game, saying nobody should play this game. If you play this game on stream, you should never watch that streamer ever again in life. And this game did well. So in the field of science, whenever you have two ideas on two opposite sides of the spectrum of an idea, that means the general idea, the logic of that specific idea doesn't check itself. Because a game that they tried to cancel did well, and a game that they didn't try to cancel, and matter of a fact, championed, did well. Overwatch and Hogwarts Legacy both did well, amazing in fact, in the years that they came out. Meaning, the LGBT community is not the defining factor in whether your game does or doesn't do good. The defining factor in whether your game does or doesn't do good is simply 100% simply just if the game is good. If the game is good, you gotta remember, y'all, most people who play video games don't look at video game media and news. They're not on video game Twitter. They just hear game good, game bad. That's it. Hogwarts Legacy, from what I understand, was an amazing game. It's a Harry Potter game, so I personally don't care for it. But from what I understand, it was an amazing game. So who gives a fuck if they were trying to cancel J.K. Rowling? Like, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like J.K. Rowling is the best person ever. Like, there's some people that the internet jumps to conclusions and calls transphobic with like little to no reason. But like, no, J.K. Rowling is legitimately transphobic. I will give you that. That is a factual statement. She has shown textbook signs of being transphobic. What I won't agree with is trying to, for example, do stuff like cancel Hogwarts Legacy, because there's a bunch of developers that have nothing to do with J.K. Rowling, never met her, have 0% agree with what she did, that still worked hard on this game and don't deserve to have their amazing game, from what I heard, fail. So it's like you see what I'm saying when I say disingenuous arguments, and like an argument that the logic of the statement itself doesn't check itself. One thing I like to like put some more knowledge on y'all head tops. One thing I love to do is whenever somebody makes an argument against me, I see if the logic of the argument checks itself. So to bring up that example that I gave earlier of Hogwarts Legacy versus Overwatch, the logic of your statement doesn't check itself because in the same argument, in the same breath, you said Overwatch is a gay game that nobody wanted to play, and that, what was it? Oh, it's right there on the screen and I can't remember it. And now Hogwarts Legacy was a game that had a transphobic leader that like the gay community hated, and it succeeded. What does that tell you? In one case, the gay community helped uplift the game by just saying, we fuck with it. Good game. Overwatch, good game. Hogwarts Legacy, you're saying they also pushed that game that they didn't champion to the forefront, but they pushed this game that they did champion to the forefront. So both of these games got pushed to the forefront on two separate occasions, and the gay community rallied behind one and the LGBT community rallied behind one and didn't rally behind the other. That tells me the thing that pushed these games to the forefront must be two different things. I mean, must be the same thing, because in those cases, the exact opposite things happened and they both succeeded.
Remember Hogwarts Legacy? Yeah, men who dress in women's clothes tried to get it canceled. Instead, the game sold 25 million copies. Oops. Remember Elden Ring? Remember how the woke mob tried to accuse FromSoft games of having, quote, problematic depictions of women?
Never heard this shit a day in my life, and I keep very close to gaming news. I just don't necessarily usually go for news like this, because usually it's some dumbass nigga who falls under one of the not falls under one of, I was about to misspeak. Not falls under one of, but usually they fall under racist, homophobic, they're gayist, racist. They're gayist. They're gayist, they're racist, and usually sexist.
Oops.
Every time.
Sold
Never
25
fails.
million copies. At this point,
Because even though I think Elden Ring is a shit game, the general consensus on Elden Ring is that it's a good game. This logistical statement doesn't check itself. It doesn't check itself, because I can name plenty of inoffensive games that are successful. Plenty of inoffensive games that are successful. Minecraft, there's nothing offensive about Minecraft. Nothing at all. One of the most successful games of all time. There's nothing offensive about Mario. Super Mario, Mario Odyssey, one of the most successful gaming franchises of all time. There's nothing offensive about Fortnite, one of the most successful live service games of all history. It's up there with World of Warcraft. Another inoffensive game that of all time is one of the greatest successes in live service games. The logic of this statement does not check itself when you actually look at the facts. That's what I'm talking about, cherry picking data.
making an offensive game seems to guarantee that game's success.
No, it does not.
We could talk about Stellar Blade.
No, it does not. Stellar Blade was not an offensive game. Let's use Duke Nukem. Remember when the last Duke Nukem game came out? Yeah, of course you don't, because that shit sucked. It flopped. The game was ass. Nobody wanted. The people who did play it said, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. So what the fuck you mean offensive equals success? When you make a game that offends people, it's successful. Nigga, y'all remember that game, Hate? That game wasn't successful. And I'm not going to describe the game or what the game was about. And I'm not going to encourage you to look it up. But let's just say that game ain't have no fucking positive topics in it. Nigga, Hate was a game that no fucking body wanted to play. Nobody would touch that game with a 10-foot pole. That shit could have some of the best gameplay to ever exist on this earth. We will never know because nobody will ever play that offensive ass game. Wasn't successful. Stupid ass statement. Cherry picking data, bro.
Liberal progressives, and yet everybody went out and bought it. Okay, so in the rest
Who
of
the
this
fuck
video,
is
I wanna give
everybody?
you 4 examples of a
I ain't buy that
game
shit.
series going from masculine to feminine or gay.
No. I want to see what you pull out your ass for this. And who is Red Storm Entertainment? Let's see. Because I don't know who the fuck that is. Because that's not the name of a game. That's a name. That sounds like the name of a company. But, you know, maybe I'm tripping. Because you said 4 games. You said 4 games. But, you know. And the crazy thing is, if you sit there and script and think about, okay, yeah, it is a company. Because a game didn't pop up. What games they made? Tom Clancy. So the people who made Tom Clancy are games. All right. Assassin's Creed Nexus. Star Trek Wolf Within. I don't even see any game studios up here with characters that were like, with predominant characters in the game that were like, it sounds like you want to play Call of Duty 4 over and over again. That's what it sounds like.
And it basically either killed or ruined the franchise. Number 1, Ubisoft and Red Storm.
Nigga, the newer Assassin's Creed games and the newer Tom Clancy games fucking suck. They fucking suck. X-Defiant, shit sucks. It's full of cheaters and hackers. Game sucks. Has horrible hit registry. The fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about? But let's let him let's let this motherfucker, let's let him fuck up the meal.
Entertainment. So Red Storm Entertainment was a video game company founded by the legendary Tom Clancy to make Tom Clancy video games. He sold the company to Ubisoft in the year 2000, and Ubisoft in the 2000s actually had some balls and made some of the manliest games you've ever seen. There were the Splinter Cell games, the Ghost Recon games, the Rainbow Six games, and the Far Cry
I guess, bro.
games. All of these games pretty much feature exclusively men, and these IPs in the 2000s had so much testosterone, just a single glance from a woman in their direction would get her pregnant.
You know what the protagonists of all these games have in common? Like I said earlier, a lot of people who make videos and stuff like that of this nature, their logic doesn't check itself, and they're usually gayist, racist, and sexist. All of these games have the same main character, and they play exactly the fucking same. Exactly the fucking same.
The Ghost Recon games, the Rainbow Six games,
except for
Far
Splinter
Cry
Cell
games. All of these games pretty much feature exclusively men, and these IPs
Oh shit, what the fuck? What did I press?
games or went woke.
Oh,
I
no.
often wonder why so few modern
I lost my
games
place in the
appeal to me.
video. Oh, there we
There were
go.
the Splinter Cell games,
I don't even know what the hell I
Ghost Recon
pressed.
games, the Rainbow Six games, and the Far Cry games. All of these games pretty much feature exclusively men, and these IPs in the 2000s had so much testosterone, just a single glance from a woman in their direction would get her pregnant. I mean, motherfucking...
What you described is a dude bro game, and dude bro games only appeal to one group of people. You think that there's only one group of people that plays games? The answer is yes, but
Sam
let's keep
Fisher,
going.
come on. The dude is the ultimate Giga Chad. Scott Mitchell in Ghost Recon. Now you pick your own character in Far Cry.
You know what I find funny? This whole video you have been extremely gayist, but you're over here giving all these compliments to a man. Now, I don't usually engage in this sort of mindset because it's gayist, but you know, let's play along. Let's play along. I don't know about you, but I don't find it very heterosexual to sit here and compliment another man, call him the manliest man you've ever seen, and he's the biggest, prettiest Giga Chad you've ever seen. But you know, let's move on.
Cry 2, but it's definitely a manly game that will put hair on your chest. So what is Red Storm Entertainment up to today? Well, I recently saw...
This is the same fucking game as... I said I want to see what
Tom
he pulls out his
Clancy's
ass.
The Division
I
Heart
said I want to see what
being
he
led
pulls out
by
his
a
ass.
man who dresses in women's clothes in his free time. Now look, I don't give a shit if you want to identify as a dragon and go around...
You're a motherfucking liar. You're a motherfucking liar, bruh.
Get the fuck out of here! Laying magic eggs, but can we agree that the...
Yo, I hate that argument. They always say, "Oh, I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't give a fuck if you a dude and you want to wear a dress and da 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 da." It's like if you gave a fuck, you wouldn't be speaking on it. If you gave a fuck, you wouldn't bring it up. I mean, wait, I said that wrong. Excuse me. If you didn't give a fuck, you wouldn't be talking about it. I don't know. That's just me. When I don't give a fuck about something, I don't talk about it. That's just me.
least masculine thing on earth you can do is dress in women's clothes. Tom Clancy would be rolling over in his grave right now if he knew the absolute disaster that Red
How the fuck you know that?
Storm Entertainment had become.
How the fuck you know that?
Number 2, Wolfenstein. So I was recently playing Wolfenstein.
What is he pulling out his ass for this one?
Time, which came out in 2014. And I have to say,
Another
of all the games I was
game.
sure were going to avoid woke Western progressivism, this game was pretty high up there. The first 3 entries of the reboot were all fantastic. They had the badass BJ Blazkowicz, an absolute unit, as the main character, ripping apart entire
Nolan North ass, dude bro ass, white protagonist. White man gotta save the world ass game.
armies of Nazis with the sexy and smart Anya as his arm candy and wife.
You heard that? He didn't say as his wife. He didn't say as his love interest in the story. He said as his arm candy. Now, do you know what dudes usually mean when they call women or females arm candy? That's right. That means that they look at women as objects. Trophy wives. Something to be shown off, not something to be respected as a person. I digress. I had to wipe my head like a pastor in church right now.
Machine Games Wolfenstein entries, which came out in 2014, 2015, and 2017, are all great. They have normal men.
It's crazy. You're champion in this fucking game where a character has a swastika on their arm, bro.
And women doing normal shit in them. Awesome. But of course, the woke mob had to get involved somehow. So you have a beloved series with a beloved, tough, male, manly main character. Do you suppose it's a good idea to kill off that guy and replace him with cringy girl boss characters? Wolfenstein Youngblood came out in 2019.
It goes back to my point, man. They deny the existence of anything other than what they are. Because, like, you're telling me that you're mad that Wolfenstein had a female lead character? So, are there no women in the army? Are there no women capable of picking up a gun and defeating Nazis? Are there no women who can do more push-ups than some of the strongest men you know? Are there no bodybuilder women? Are there no genuinely natural-born women that have higher testosterone levels than some men because they're just that athletic, which is a real thing? Like, does that not exist? According to him, if you're a woman, you can only be arm candy. If you're a woman, the only good woman is arm candy that stays in the kitchen. I digress.
And it's an absolute tone-deaf disaster. So many modern video games, I find myself asking, who wanted this? Who asked for this? I often ask the same thing of the new Star Wars shows by Kathleen Kennedy as well.
All I know about the Acolyte is that loser niggas that don't leave their home hate it because it has a woman lead character.
The Wolfenstein reboot had the perfect synergy of story and gameplay. You are BJ Blazkowicz, unleashing his rage on the Nazis for killing everyone he loved. You see this come across in his brutal assassinations, like sticking a rusty pipe through the eye socket of an SS Waffen commander. But the setup to Wolfenstein Youngblood is incredibly cringe. In it, you play as BJ's daughters, and they're honestly nothing like him. The first time you kill...
So, to be somebody's daughter, you have to be exactly like your damn dad? Sounds like you're dick riding their dad. No. It's not a very heterosexual thing. In my circles, but you know.
Kill somebody, they don't really want to do it. And when they finally kill the guy, they have to have lattes and talk about it afterwards. Youngblood is a perfect example of how a cutscene can go so wrong in a game. BJ's setup is perfect and explains to you why you're doing the actions you're doing. BJ's daughters, however, are acting like they're in an episode of Big Bang Theory the whole time, but oh yeah, they just happen to be killing Nazis and haha, isn't this so funny?
I haven't played the game, so I can't speak on whether this game is good or bad, but you know.
Tonally,
if this video and the way he's been talking about games that I do know are actually good, if that's any indication, this is probably an amazing 10 out of 10 game, and he just hates it because women.
Place and just so full of cringy and awful cinematics, which is ironic because the cinematics in the first 3 games were like so good and short, and they got to the point.
I find it interesting that for when he was talking about Wolfenstein, he showed the actual like cutscene cinematics, but now all of a sudden you're showing in-game rendered footage of the characters talking amongst the background where you're just looking straight at them. Cherry picking, man. Cherry picking.
And they were really emotional and impactful. Example number 3, Gears of War. For a full explanation...
Oh, get the fuck out of here. I know what he's about to talk about. Nigga, in the first Gears of War game, there was female characters you could play as. The Queen of the Loki... Alright, bro.
How the woke mob girl bossed Gears of War. See my video on that game, but I'll keep this short. The first 3 Gears games are an incredible trilogy focusing on the bonds and brotherhood between men. By the way,
Like I said, for a heterosexual man, you really sound like you like being around other men a lot. You sure you're not repressing something, my brother? My brother in Christ is damn sure not an ideology or anything else. God forbid blood. My brother in Christ, you sure you're not repressing feelings of something and trying to like compensate? Because you keep talking about how you love dude bro games, bonding with men, and you just love the men in the games.
They're incredibly masculine games, focusing on duty and sacrifice and military orders. And I know some of you hate this, but for 10,000 years, it's only been men fighting wars.
Joan of Arc. Let's digress. Mulan. Even though Mulan isn't like even though the story of Mulan itself isn't a real story, you don't think nobody else back then tried that shit?
Sorry. The first 3 games focus on Marcus, Dom, Cole, and Baird and tell a
Again, this nigga, he borderline said it. I just realized he borderline said what I picked up on like 10, 20 minutes ago. People who's the 3 is, people who are gay, cis, sexist, and racist, they pretend that nobody besides masculine white men and maybe some women that just, stayed in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant all day existed.
masculine story of brotherhood. Well, the progressive...
Oh, by the way, the queen of the locusts was a female. The head locust was a female. Strong lead character that was there from the start, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, she was in Gears of War 1. I definitely remember her in 2 and 3, but I believe she was in 1 as well.
Mob somehow got...
Strong main character. Even though she didn't show up to the later parts of the game. Strong main character that was a female, Dude bro game. Completely dude bro game.
Gears of War, and Gears 4 and 5 are about sisterhood, motherhood, being a traitor, and what it feels like to be a woman. They introduced...
Because like he said, only women have fought in wars for the last 10,000 years. It's the stories like Mulan, somebody just woke up one day and thought that shit up out they fucking brain like 20 years ago. That story didn't exist for thousands of years and was based off of true shit that was actually happening. That didn't happen. That didn't happen.
The character of Kate Diaz, who I don't think anybody gives a single fuck about. What they should have done is put Kate in a spin-off game, not a mainline Gears entry.
Because then I can say this is not a real Gears of War game, and it's way easier to be gaysist.
But here's the problem, of course, nobody would have bought it. So
nobody bought the mainline Gears of War games that already came out because they fucking sucked. Well, actually, the last few Gears of War games, they didn't suck. I remember Gears of War 4 actually wasn't that bad. It's just that game for the quality standard that we're used to for a Gears of War game, that shit was all the way down here. Like, it was better than... I didn't have any problems with Judgment Day, but I didn't play Judgment Day too deeply. It was, in the eyes of the community, it was better than Judgment Day, but it wasn't better than the original trilogy, right? Nobody brought Gears of War 4, 5, and I'm not sure if anybody will buy E-Day/6 because the games are boring. Gears of War hasn't done anything really new to innovate. They've added more story, and the story of Gears of War 4 was actually, halfway decent. It wasn't as good as the original trilogy, sure, but it wasn't a bad story. Compared to video game stories I've seen, it wasn't a bad story. Nobody bought the game because it was boring. And it was also a Microsoft game made after the 3rd entry. And, after 3, Microsoft games just,
fortunately,
fall off a cliff.
Girl boss, feminist Gears of War, and any masculine story...
by the way, further proves my point that I was saying earlier. A lot of these games that he's mentioning suck on the gameplay end. They suck. Nobody's buying a game that sucks. They don't give a fuck if the main character is gay or not.
About men is put on the back burner. Of course, the games include Baird and Marcus.
Games should only be about men. He literally just said it.
5 are basically girl boss, feminist Gears of War, and any masculine story about men is put on the back burner.
Because we didn't have enough of those. Literally every story in the fucking mainstream was a story about dude bro men characters. It was no females. There was no gay characters, no transgender characters, nothing besides dude bro male. I digress. And by the way, we're not even talking about Japanese games. We're just talking about American games.
Of course, the games include Baird and Marcus in them, but they're really on the back burner. And Gears is now about Kate Diaz, who I've never talked to a Gears.
Yeah, because there's 4. Like I said, I didn't play Judgment Day that much, and when I did play, I didn't play a story. This nigga was the main character of 3 different Gears games. We're good on Marcus. We know this nigga's story. We get somebody else new, which Gears 4 and 5 was.
Gears fan
I'm fine with that.
Cares about.
They tried something new.
Example number 4, the Saints Row reboot.
The game sucked. Franchise didn't die out. Volition didn't get taken apart for any reason other than Saints Row absolutely
spent 10
sucked.
years building up characters.
Subpar game. Better than most of the other shit up here. Best in the series. Second best. This was DLC. And then Agents of Mayhem. That's not part of this. Oh, that's another thing. The last game Volition made before Saints Row 2022 when they tried to reboot it was Agents of Mayhem. I remember that game, but nobody else does, and that's for good reason.
And building up a very distinctive and edgy and male sense of humor. It's the kind of...
By the way, male sense of humor, but in every Saints Row game that Shaundi is in, she is constantly disgusted about how the main character makes overly sexualized jokes and mentions it and has no problems mentioning it and giving you shit for it. How, like, she doesn't like the fact that you constantly make sexual jokes. But, game only catered to men. I made a female character in the game, and the character still does it, and Shaundi still says shit about it.
Stuff you and the guys would laugh at. Some of the...
No woman has ever found a joke in Saints Row funny. That's also what the niggas implying, just in case y'all didn't pick up on that. I just thought I should mention
recurring
that.
Characters in Saints Row are Johnny Gat, Julius, Aisha, Shaundi, and several others. In these games, the...
Oh, Shaundi's a white woman with big tits, so she probably gets a pass.
Men are...
Even though she's one of the characters that talk more than everybody else in the fucking game, she gets a pass because she has big tits and she's your arm candy.
Men and the women are women. Johnny is edgy and hilarious and always has a hot chick on his arm.
Back to the arm candy objectification thing.
The humor is crude and hilarious, and the Saints are always getting into trouble. So what went wrong?
It is crude and hilarious, I'll give you that. With some of it doesn't age well because of the nature of it, but that's a different conversation.
Reboot. Well, the woke 2022 reboot thought it was a good idea to kill off every single character from the old Saints Row game.
They didn't kill off any characters. They just weren't there. How the fuck are you gonna bring... You can't kill off characters in a fucking reboot. If you killed off characters, that would mean that Saints Row 2022 was a continuation. It wasn't. It was a reboot. You can't kill off characters in a reboot, my nigga. You sound fucking stupid.
And
this whole video, you sounded stupid, but...
Thought we would be cool with that? But don't worry, all of the beloved characters you've come to know and love have been replaced with tokenistic characters from a literal seminar on diversity.
There's no Spanish character. Oh, wait, no, never mind. There is.
You've got...
There's no Asian character.
The gay Asian man, the girl...
That nigga's not Asian.
Girl boss lesbian, another girl boss lesbian.
Who the fuck was the girl boss lesbian?
And the gay black guy.
That nigga was not gay.
The LGBTQ mafia didn't just kill Saints Row, they crucified it on a rainbow flag. And this is what you get, guys. This is what you fuckers get for support.
Volition closed down because they dropped 2 games back to back that fucking sucked. Both the games they dropped back to back suck. That's why they died. Excuse me. I just want to keep reinforcing that both of these games back to back died. And if this dude ever watches this video, I don't really give a fuck what you say, because I already know you're going to find a way to use me being a black person as a problem. And I'm here for it.
Supporting these people. They turn out shitty games that aren't funny, that aren't cool, that aren't masculine. So stop hiring these people. Game developers need to stop putting gay stuff in games, and they need to fire every liberal white woman if they want us to ever buy a game again. Because I'm serious, we are done with this shit.
Who the fuck is we? I would actually like to sit here and formally ask every game developer of every game. I hope the next character in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is a gay woman. Every game developer, please make every single game you make, please have a main gay character. Please, because I would love to push these weird ass niggas out the community. I want these weird ass niggas to go in a corner and just play old Gears of War 2. Stay in that corner and go play Gears of War 2. Keep your ass away from everybody else. Stay the fuck over there, and that we have a dedicated corner in the gaming community dedicated to weird niggas, where if you do weird nigga shit, you get stuffed in that corner.
We're not buying these games. Like Phil
please don't. We don't want you here. And when I say we, I mean the greater gaming community. We don't want you here.
Out here complaining about how people aren't spending as much money on games anymore. I guarantee if you give us hetero dudes hot chicks in games again and manly men, you will see sales go through the roof.
So, fuck inflation. Fuck the part that is hard as fuck to get a job right now. Fuck the part that ain't nobody got no goddamn money. Fuck the part that where people got bills. Fuck the part where most people are casual gamers, meaning they're playing games that are 6 years or more older. Most people right now who are gamers or call themselves gamers, they're either playing an annual release of a game that's basically a 6-year-old game, because all they do in 2K every year is change the shape of the meter and change out who's on what team based on the previous year's roster. So, well, let's forget every legitimately fact checkable and verifiable reason as to why people are buying less games. The pool of people who are hardcore gamers buying the majority of games that come out, or at least giving the majority of games that come out a chance. Fuck the fact that that pool of people is, I won't want to say not growing, but it's not growing as the same rate as people who would identify as gamers in general. Most people who are gamers have never touched a Tom Clancy game. Most people who are gamers will not, well, actually, I won't say will not play Elden Ring, but I will say most people who are gamers will never play a Souls game. Most people who are gamers, they will never play a tactical RPG. Most people who are gamers will never play an RTX or RTS. Excuse me. I mean, same shit, but most people who are gamers will never play an RTS. Most people who are gamers will never play a TDS. Most people who are gamers will never play a gun that doesn't have a gun and a ball in it. This is a factual statement. Factual statement. Fuck all those facts. The sole reason, or at least the main majority reason, according to you, why people don't buy or play these games is because they feature gay characters and women that do something besides get sexualized and just be arm candy.
Bring back the glory days of video games. I have this theory that in a few years we're going to see a turn back to the golden era of video games.
No, we're not.
And people are going to start buying games again.
No.
I recently saw this crazy chart from 2023 that basically showed that people are only...
Oh, he mentioned it. Let's go. Because what he's going to do, I'm calling it right now. I have never seen this video. I'm calling it right now. What he's going to do is he's trying to say, because all the games that come out now are gay, nobody wants to play them. But the most played games, 3 of the most played games right now that are consistently on the list of most played games for like every month, a year and all that are Minecraft, Fortnite, Roblox. Roblox has a large part of its community that's inviting the gay people. So does Fortnite, and so does Minecraft. Those are, when it comes to gay people, those communities are very inviting. Minecraft, Roblox, Fortnite. What he's going to try and do is he's going to cherry pick some shit like Call of Duty or 2K. Both 2 games that have very misogynistic and exclusionary communities.
Playing old.
Oh, wait. Let's look at the list. Fortnite, GTA. Most people in GTA now play GTA Online, so you know, and that game is still very inviting to gay community. Call of Duty, gayist, racist, sexist. Roblox, very inviting to the gay community.
Games these days.
GTA, you make your own character.
Nobody wants to play anything that's new out right now because it's all woke and
because they can't afford it, nigga. All these games are either free or like less than $5. I bet you right now, if I go online, if I go on EGS, because EGS don't do deals like that. I bet you if I go on EGS and I search up Grand Theft Auto, it's not gonna be more than $20. And this is the platform nobody plays it on. Grand Theft, where is it? Oh, $29.99. Still $30. $30 for a game that you know that you're gonna play for like the next 3-4 years, because GTA 6 ain't coming out this damn decade, I'm convinced. So $30 for a game you're gonna play for the next 3-4 years. Fucking, you know it's gonna have tons of online support, tons of mod support. You're gonna be able to find like tons of people playing the game. All your fucking friends play this game. There's cross-play support. There's tons of game modes. Literally thousands of hours worth of, essentially, after you buy the game, free content. And there's a whole story mode to the game that exists. And in addition to all the online stuff that I already previously mentioned. $30 for all those things, that don't sound like a bad deal. That don't sound like a bad deal at all. Call of Duty, it's an annual release. He's gonna cherry pick that, I'm guessing. Roblox, you're not gonna win that argument. Fortnite, you're definitely not gonna win that argument. And one that they didn't mention, Minecraft, you're super not gonna win that argument.
it all sucks so bad. So anyway, guys, let's all hope there's a...
And that's another thing. Like, when it comes to this video's over. When it comes to the conversation of new media and when people don't like new media, one thing they like to say is all of it sucks. It all sucks. It's not like back in my day. It's not like the golden era. Back in my day, all the rappers were great. And one point I like to point out is, like I said, everything that exists now has existed back then. So just like right now, there are rappers that fucking suck. Back in the day, there was rappers that sucked and everybody thought was cornballs. Just like right now, you listen to a bunch of underground rappers and you go, this nigga's ass, they'll never break into the mainstream. UPS is hiring. There's rappers now that you're going to hear and you're going to say, this nigga sucks and they should, I don't understand why they're in the mainstream. You're not going to make it. Just like there's rappers 10 years ago that were gimmick rappers. For example, MC Hammer. That nigga was a gimmick rapper. Guess what? Only song niggas can name from MC Hammer, Don't Touch This. Don't touch this. Versus like a LL Cool J, a Busta Rhymes. They had gimmicks, but they also had good music to go with those gimmicks. So the gimmicks were really more enhancatory. Word I just made the fuck up. The gimmicks were more enhancatory than the selling point itself. Like a Vanilla Ice. What was Vanilla Ice's selling point? I'm a white rapper. That's it. That's his whole selling point. I'm a rapper. That's the new cool dude out, and I'm white. Like, come on now. People, now, I don't necessarily see Vanilla Ice as the worst rapper ever or a cornball or nothing like that. But people from that generation, they believe that Vanilla Ice is the most corniest nigga to ever touch a mic. And with that, I'll say, I don't really agree, but I understand why you believe that. My final point in making this video is I'm not making no more videos like this. This is the only video y'all getting like this. I may mention it here and there from time to time and make jokes about the dumbasses that run rampant in that community. But there are a lot of people that really, really real life think like this. And you have to realize that every day you walk amongst people who have fucked up thoughts like this, and they have such a hard time thinking outside of how they think to, like, they have such a hard time thinking outside of themselves that they limit their worldview so narrowly. They limit their worldview so hard to the point to where they will straight up ignore facts. Even in things that they'll use in their argument, they will straight up ignore facts contained in their own arguments and use arguments that fail logic checks. Like, you know how in Fallout there's like speed checks with probability and all that? Imagine if in real life, every time you give an argument, the argument has to pass the logic check. They will give out arguments that don't pass logic checks and swear to God up and down and huff and puff and say, make it real good, push it real good, okay, but they'll use arguments that don't pass logic checks and swear to God and huff and puff and say this is true, this is true, this is true, when their argument doesn't make any sense at all whatsoever. With that final notion, that final thought being said, for those of y'all watching this live, I will log on and come back later, a little bit later, basically playing Suicide Squad versus the Justice League. Actually, you know what? I'm tired from doing all that reacting, low key. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow. But yeah, for those of y'all watching this on live on Twitch, peace out, y'all. Don't forget to eat the booty like the bunny. If you eat the booty like a bunny. If you're watching this on YouTube.com, make sure you go over to my Twitch and all that. And if you fuck with me, there's more videos over there. Peace. I'm done yapping, my nigga.